Hello students, uh, we have got history lecture now. We'll do lesson number 3, India's internal challenges, and come to your page number 10. So students, be ready with your page number 10, lesson number 3, India's internal challenges. Now, as the name suggests, internal challenges, what you mean by internal challenges? What problems India was facing and what challenges India had to fulfill. Now, in this chapter, we are going to learn about some internal challenges that India faces. We shall see some internal challenges like separatist movement. Now, what you mean by separatist movement? Some people were demanding for separate state or for separate country. Separatist movement, issues of northeast. Okay, issues of northeast. Now, what northeast? Northeast, there are 8 states, okay, and which has got mostly tribal population, different culture. They were demanding for separate country. Communalism communalism means attempts to construct religious identity. That is communalism. And regionalism is a strong feeling of pride or loyalty that people have in a region. So all these things are going to study. Which problem? Separatist movement, then issues of northeast India. Naxalism, one of the important term. Naxalism, it means, the term Naxalism derives its name from village of West Bengal. It is originated as rebellion against. Rebellion means what? Opposition to one's authority. Rebellion against Indian local landlords who bash. Bash means what? Striking violently, fighting violently. A peasants over land disputes. So all these things are going to study. Which problems? Separatist movement, issues of Northeast India, Naxalism, communalism, and regionalism. Now we'll see the first part, the unrest in Punjab. Unrest means what? Law and order was disturbed in Punjab. Akali Dal was a major political party in Punjab. So this Akali Dal was a political party. In 1973, the Akali Dal passed the Anandpura Sahib resolution. The following demands were made in this resolution. Now, what were the demands? Resolution means what? A written demand was put forward that Chandigarh should be made a part of Punjab. That was the first problem. The Punjab speaking parts in other state should be included in the state of Punjab. Recruitment of people from Punjab. Recruitment means what? People should be given job. Recruitment of people from Punjab in Indian Army. Where they should be giving job? They should be giving job in Indian Army. Should be increased, and more autonomy. Autonomy means what? More power should be given to the state of Punjab. So all this their demands. Akali Dal came to power in Punjab in 1977. While taking charge, they asked for large share of river waters for Punjab. Okay, now which are the rivers which are there in Punjab? You have got 5 rivers in Punjab, and which are the 5 rivers? Satluj River, River Jena, Bias, and Jhelum. These are the 5 rivers in Punjab which flows through Pakistan. Um, they asked for large share of river waters for Punjab, holy city states for Amritsar, which is considered as a holy city, along with the old demands. So other demands, even these demands were put forward by Akali Dal. In 1980, the movement for independent Khalistan took root in Punjab. During that period, the leader of Akali Dal, now who was the leader? The leader of Akali Dal was Sant Haricharan Singh Longwal. He used to direct his activities from the Golden Temple. So you should carry all these activities from Golden Temple. And where this Golden Temple is situated? In Amritsar. He used to direct his activities from the Golden Temple to stage protests. On the other side of the Golden Temple, armed followers started gathering around the Stunj Khalistan supporter Sant Jalnal Singh Bindrawala. During that period, terrorist activities had begun. Bindrawala was arrested in 1981, accused of murder of a newspaper editor. So he was arrested. And what was the blame put on him? That he had murdered a newspaper editor. Editor, the person who writes for newspaper. Lala Jagannath Narayan. After this incident, the situation worsened. This situation was worsened when he was arrested. Due to this development, president rule was imposed in Punjab in 1983. Bindrawala went to stay at a religious place called Akali Takht. This Akali Takht is a place, and this is a place in Amritsar side of Golden Temple. Bindrawala's followers captured the Golden Temple and built a barricade. Barricade means what? To put some block to block the passage with sandbags over there. The area looked like a fort. This greatly disturbed the peace in Punjab. It was a major challenge in Indian democracy. Now, Operation Blue Star. Now, what is Operation Blue Star? When you take some activity, some code is given, and what was the code given? It was given as Operation Blue Star. The main task of getting the terrorists out of the Golden Temple was entrusted to Major General Kuldeep Singh Brar. Okay, so he was a major and he was given the important task. And what were the tasks of getting those terrorists out of the Golden Temple who were hiding there? On the morning of 3rd June 1984, the mission Operation Blue Star started. The operation ended on 6th June. So it started on 3rd June and ended on 6th June. In this military operation, the Indian Army functioned with great restraint. So they did their level best to take out these terrorists out from the Golden Temple. The operation ended with the death of Brindanwala and other terrorists. So this Brindanwala was killed during this operation and other terrorists. In 1986, an operation had to be concluded against terrorists in the Golden Temple once more. It was called Operation Black Thunder. So one more operation was taken, and that was known as Operation Black Thunder. After this action was taken, the process of establishment of peace in Punjab picked up a momentum. Momentum means what? To have a greater speed. So there was a peace in this country, in the country of Punjab. Now, come to second challenges, that is issues concerning Northeast India. Now let us see what are the issues related to Northeast India. Northeast India consists of 8 states of Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura. So all these states are coming in Northeast India. These states are different with respect to ethnicity. Now what do you mean by ethnicity? Belonging to social group that has common national or cultural tradition, language and cultural diversity. Diversity means what? Differences. Refers to differences among people because of race, language or dress. That is called cultural diversity. The first Prime Minister of independent India took the lead in the bringing these tribes. Tribe means what? Those who live mostly in the interior of the forest, living in these areas, into mainstream of the country. In 1954, the Northeast Frontier Agency, that is NEFA, area comprising of the terrorists on Sino-Indian border. Now what do you mean by Sino-Indian border? It's a conflict. It means it's a conflict, was a war between China and India. that took place in 1962. 1962, the Sino-Indian border, which consists of Indian territory, that is Ladakh, and four Indian states. Which are the four Indian states? Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, and Arunachal Pradesh. That is known as Sino-Indian border, a war or a fight or a dispute between India and China. And today also we are seeing this is going on between India and China. The war issues have been going on. North of North of Assam, Nehru took the position of bringing about the development of hundreds of tribes in these parts while preserving their culture. So, who took the responsibility? Pandit Nehru. He wanted all these tribes to come together and to preserve their culture. Special provisions have been made with respect to this area in the sixth schedule. Now, what do you mean by sixth schedule of the Indian Constitution? It means it consists of provision for the administration of tribal areas in Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Mizoram. That is your sixth schedule. I'll tell you what you mean by sixth schedule of the Indian Constitution. It means, or it's a provision for administration of tribal areas in Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Mizoram. The responsibility of administering this area was given to Ministry of External Affairs. Now, what you mean by Ministry of External Affairs? It is also known as Foreign Ministry. It's a government agency responsible for the conduct of foreign relations of India. The ministry comes under the government of India. Which ministry? Ministry of External Affairs. It comes under the government of India. The North-Eastern Council Act of 1971 was supposed to advise the central government regarding aspects of common interest in economic and social spheres. Interstate transport, electricity, flood control, etc. So all these benefits should be given for this country. Now, first one we'll see Mizoram. The tribes, the tribes in Northeast India have an ancient history. You know, ancient means what? Or old history. When India became independent, the government gave administrative autonomy. Okay. Now, what do you mean by autonomy? The right of self-government is called autonomy. The district of Mizo means what? A member of the people in Mizoram is known as Mizo. Majority areas of the Lakshya Hills. When the State Reorganization Commission was appointed, you know what you mean by reorganization? When the state reorganization means try to reorganize the states again. In 1954, the expectation of the people in this area grew, so these people had more expectations. Mizo leaders started demanding an autonomous Mizo province. Province means what? Division of a country. In 1959, the territory of Mizoram experienced severe drought. Drought means what? There was no rain, and because of rain, there were no crops were not growing. During this famine, Mizo leader Landak served the common people a lot, so he helped the people. In 1961, Landiga established an organization called Mizo National Front. Mizo National Front. He asked the Greater Mizoram, an independent nation carved out of Tripura, Manipur, and Mizo. So he wanted these places, majority areas from the Lakshya Hills. In March 1966, Mizo National Front announced the emergence of independent Mizoram. So they wanted Mizoram as an independent state. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi handled the situation firmly and suppressed the rebellion. When the situation calmed down in 1972, the Mizo majority area was given the status of Union Territory. Now, what do you mean by Union Territory? It is an administrative division in India which is ruled by the central government. So, Union Territories are ruled by the central government. In 1985, Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi had an agreement with the Mizo National Front, and Mizoram was given the status of a full-fledged state. Ledinga became the chief minister of the state. So he was the chief minister of Mizoram state. Now next thing, Nagaland. The Naga tribe in the northeast India is known as martial tribe. Martial means what? Fighting. They were known as fighting tribe. The Naga tribe has settled in eastern Himalayas. The Naga hills border areas of Assam and Myanmar. In 1946, some educated Naga youth established an organization called Naga National Council. So this was organized by whom? By the educated youth belonging to Nagaland. Later, they made a demand for an independent state of Nagaland. So they made an independent demand. They were led by Angami Zapo Fizo. Now, what do you mean? Angami Zapo Fizo means was a Naga nationalist leader. He was a Naga nationalist leader. In 1954, the Naga National Council announced the establishment of independent independent federation. Federation means what? A group of state with central government but independence in internal affairs. That's called Federation of Nagaland. In 1955, skirmishes. Skirmishes means what? Fight happened between the local Nagas and the soldiers of Assam Rifles. Military action was taken to suppress the skirmishes. So the fight took place, and military was called. Several rounds of discussion took place between the central government and the Naga National Council. Central government decided to give the Naga a majority territory, the status of a union territory. So Nagaland was given the status of a union territory which was ruled by the central government. Nagaland was made a full-fledged state on 1st December 1963 by putting together the Naga majority territory and part of Tuscan. Now next, uh, Assam. Assam in 1983, there was an intense agitation. Agitation means fight. Staged by all Assam Students Union and Assam Gana Sangram. Gana Sangram means what? Consisted of representatives of various organizations over the question of dominance in Assam of Bengali migrants. Migrants means what? Who leave the country and come to a next country. In 1985, Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, Central Home Minister Shankarrao Chavan, and Assamese leader Praful Kumar Mohento signed an accord. Here, accord means what? Power or status. Okay, so these three people, which people? Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, then Home Minister Shankarrao Chavan, and Assamese leader Praful Kumar Mohento came together and they signed a status. It was decided to send the Bangladeshi citizen who had infiltrated in Assam. Infiltrate means what? Who had entered the country of Assam and who had entered Bangladeshi back to the original place. So they were sent back to their own country of Bangladesh. In 1986, elections were held for Assam Legislative Assembly, and Praful Kumar Mohento of the Assam Gana Parishad became the new chief minister. Due to this democratic process, it became possible to establish peace in Assam. Now next, Arunachal Pradesh. In 1954, NIFA. What NIFA means? North East Frontier Agency. Now this is presently known as Arunachal Pradesh. Was created. In 1962, it began to be called Arunachal Pradesh, region of rising sun. So Arunachal Pradesh is known as a place of a rising sun. On 20th February 1986 is got the status of a constituent state. During the period from 1960 to 2000, Northeast India has progressed towards a more matured democracy. This area is on the path of progress through industrialization, spread of education, etc. So all these states are progressing today because of industrialization and because of spread of education. So hope so students you have understood till here. Next time we will continue from page number 12. Thank you students.